Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's your favorite girl Favor here. If today is your first time of coming across my YouTube channel, thank you so much for stopping by. So my loves, for today's tutorial we are going to be learning how to sew this beautiful under-bust corset you're seeing right here. If this sounds like a tutorial that you are interested in learning, without wasting much of your time, let's head to the tutorial proper. So my loves, on our previous tutorial we learned the pattern drafting for the under corset that we are going to be sewing today. So I am going to be leaving the link to that tutorial on the description box. Please do well to check it out so that you understand how we arrive at this point. Now this pieces here is for the back one, so I'm going to go ahead and drop it so that we can work on the front pattern. Now before that, I have gone ahead to add allowances to the pieces. When I was cutting it, I added 1 inch allowance around it, and then for the interfacing, which is the lining, I added this stay to it. I added a stay to it, to all the pieces of the lining that is going to be serving as the interfacing. Now to the main fabric, all right, so I'll go ahead and separate these pieces and then keep it outside. Now to the main fabric, I added a soft wording. This is the softest wording that we have, and this is what I added to the main fabric. This really helps whenever I am sewing my corset. Now the essence of this soft wording is that it gives a little bit of weight to your Ankara pieces or to your main fabric. So I always recommend you do this to all your corsets or your pieces or your fabric whenever you are working on anything called corset. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do right now is to go ahead and separate the pieces. That I will go ahead and remove the pattern paper, and I will as well separate the lining from the main fabric. But when I do that, I will still pin down my pieces, that's my pattern pieces, to my lining so that I will know the one that belongs to each other. Now this is our center front here. You can see what it looks like. Now the next thing we are going to do right now is to go ahead and bring our side front one, place it on both sides of the center front. Just watch what I'm going to do right now. You can see, so one is going to be going to your left and the other one is going to be going to your right. So remember, when you're cutting each pieces, remember you're cutting 2 of each pieces. So this is our center front with our side front one. Now this is our second side front. Okay, what we are going to do right now is that we are going to go ahead and place one on your right side and place the other one on your left side. You can see what I did here, and please make sure you identify the upper part and the lower part. Now after arranging it down properly like this, we have all the front pieces arranged together. All right, now what we are going to do is that we are going to come here, pick up the center front first, pin it down. You can see what I'm doing here. Just pay attention to what I'm doing here and you're good to go. So we'll pin it down. Here I'm pinning down is simply the place that we're going to run a stitch first. Now after pinning it, this is what you're supposed to have. Now we are going to pick the side front one. You see what I did here, and then pin it down as well. Do the same thing for the second side front. Remember, you sew the center front first. After sewing the center front, you pick one of the side front one and sew it by the side of your center front. After sewing your side front to your center front, just like this, right, you now pick the third side front, that is the second side front. I hope you understand. Just pay attention to what I'm doing here and you're good to go. Now after pinning it like this, we will go ahead and close it up by 1 inch or half of an inch, depending on the allowance you want to use for your stitching. Please take note, and also take note that the first one you are joining together is the center front first, followed by the side front one. So this is the importance of labeling your corset when you're sewing it so that you don't get confused at any point. So I will take this to the sewing machine, sew exactly where we pin, do the same thing for the other side. So my loves, I've gone ahead to join all the pieces together, and this is what we have. So this is what we have on the inside. Now I closed it up according to the size of the boning that I'm going to be working with. Now this is a sewable boning. The rough one that has a rough surface is a sewable boning. Now I am not going to be making use of it. I am going to be making use of this one. This particular boning is the non-sewable boning, and the length of it is 1/2 inch. Now in closing up my corset, I closed it up by exactly 1 inch. This is because of the size of the boning that we are working with. And then at this other point too, just to verify, we also have exactly 1 inch. Now this is the boning we are going to be passing through these casings here. Okay, that is why I closed it up by 1 inch. So the boning is going to pass through here. All right, so I'll keep that aside. Now we are going to be working on the back pieces. Just exactly what we did for the front pieces is what we are going to be doing for the back piece. So this is our center back here. Just exactly how we arrange for the front piece is how we're going to arrange for the back piece. Pick the side back one and arrange it to the other side, and do the same thing for this other side, and then pick up our side back two, place it at this point and place it at this other side. Now the only difference between our back piece and our front piece is that we are not going to be joining the center back. So pick up the side back one and join it to one side of the center back, and pick the second side back and join it together. So this is what you're supposed to have. Run a stitch on it by 1/2 inch or 1 inch. So I'll go ahead, sew it and bring it back. So my loves, I have gone ahead to stitch our back pieces, and this is what I was trying to explain. So this part where my hand is here is where our eyelet is going to be sitting. So you can see there's no joining at this center here. You can see that, right? So the back pieces is meant to be joined like this. Okay, now if you follow it exactly what I'm doing here, you're good to go. All right, so I've gone ahead to also do the same process we did on our fabric for our lining as well. So this one here is for our front piece. So this is a lining for the front pieces. You can see what it looks like. So exactly the same inch I use in closing up the main fabric is exactly the same inch I use in closing the lining and ironed it out. And then these two pieces here is for the back pieces. So remember what I said earlier, whatever inch you use in closing up your main fabric is what you will do for your lining. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is to bring our front pieces. Okay, open it up like this and then pick one of our back pieces. Now I went ahead to identify the upper part and the lower part by giving it a notch at this point. So we'll pick our back piece and place it on one side of our front pieces like this. Go ahead and pin it together. So this area where we are pinning down, we are going to be closing it up by 1 inch. Okay, so remember that the first allowance we use in closing up our main pieces was 1 inch. So it's that same 1 inch we are going to close up at this point, and then coming to this other side where my hand is, we will pick up the other side of our back piece, identify the upper part and the lower part, join it together to the side of our front pieces, and then pin it together. After pinning it together, we are going to sew it. So please do not forget, we are closing it up at both sides by 1 inch. Now after closing up our corset on both sides, we are going to go ahead now and open it up. So this is what you're supposed to have when you finish attaching the back to the front pieces. Now after that, we will come to this point here and close up these areas, that allowance we use in joining. We'll sew it down. You want to sew it in a way that your boning case will pass through. Please do not forget, measure your boning case so that you will know. So my loves, I have gone ahead to attach our back pieces to the front pieces, and this is what we have all together, and I as well ironed it out. Now this is the boning case I was talking about. So at this center front, this one that is going to be at the front, I closed it up using 1/2 inch. You can see the lines I ran at that point. Then for the back piece, instead of opening it up, I went ahead to just push the stitches allowance to one side and ran a stitch on it. So this is what the front side looks like. So at this point, please go ahead and trim out every excess that you have, and also do not forget to identify your upper part and your lower part by giving it a notch. All right, now the next thing we are going to do is to go ahead and bring our lining. So I also went ahead to join the back pieces of the lining to the front piece. Now we're going to go ahead, use our lining, the right side facing each other. That is the right side of our lining and the right side of our fabric facing each other. We'll go ahead and run a stitch on the upper part. So my loves, I've gone ahead to attach the lining and the fabric together. So the next thing we're going to do now is to go ahead and give it a notch all around it so that it can relax properly. Now remember that we added wording, so if you do not notch this part where you sew down, is not going to relax properly. So you want to go ahead and give it a notch all through. All right, so after that, the next thing we are going to do is that we are going to be doing a top stitch on our pattern. Now we are going to go ahead and open up these pieces up like this and run a stitch at the center. Now when you're running the stitch, you see this part where we notched, you push it towards the lining area and then open it up and run a stitch on it following the direction of my finger. So guys, I've gone ahead to run a stitch on the lining and the fabric. So this is what we have. Now the essence of this is that when you put your boning, your lining will not be coming out at the upper part of your corset, and this is what the inside looks like. Please do not forget to always iron out your corset. It is very, very important. Now moving on, the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to bring our boning and then we're going to pass it through the casing that we already created for the boning. Now I will go ahead and cut it out. Okay, now you want to pay attention to this area. This is how I achieve my boning to avoid every uncomfortability or the boning choking you. So I first of all, I will use to bond my boning. After bonding the mouth, to remove those sharp edges. The next thing I usually do for my boning is that I cover up the mouth with a masking tape after boning the mouth. Now the essence of this is that it prevents the boning from making you uncomfortable, like it helps to avoid the boning injuring you. That is the essence of this. Okay, so after that, you solo tape the mouth down properly. Now after doing this, the next thing we are going to do is that we're going to use our boning and pass it through the casing. Now this point here, this particular side is kind of very, very stressful, so all you have to do is be very patient with it, push it in gradually. Now this is not going to give you a problem still if you measure the length or the wideness of your boning. Okay, so you will pass it all through. By the time you get to the point, you cut it out, exactly what we did for the boning before. Inserting it into the boning case, you want to go ahead, bond the mouth. Remember, the essence of why we're bonding this mouth is avoiding it to avoid the boning from injuring you or from wounding you. And then after bonding it, we'll close up the mouth with our masking tape as well. All right, now remember that our boning is not a sewable boning, so at this point you want to leave out at least 1 inch or 1/2 inch so that you can be able to sew when you want to close up your corset finally. All right, so you can see the essence of why I say we should run a stitch on top of our lining is to avoid the lining showing at the upper part, so you can see what it looks like. So guys, after attaching our boning, this is what you are meant to have. So this is what it looks like. So the next thing we're going to do is that you're going to go ahead and give this a very nice press. Now after ironing out our corset, the next thing we're going to do is turn in our lining like this. You can see the way I flipped it over, right side facing each other, and run a stitch, close it up by 1/2 inch. So if you didn't get the first one I said, pick up your lining and face it with your fabric like this and close it up. Okay, So guys, after sewing our linings to our corset, this is what we have, and I literally gave this a very nice press. So if you want to get these results, always iron out, use water or steaming iron to iron it out. And this is what we have on the inside, you can see, and this is what the back side of our corset looks like. Okay, so I'll flip it over to the right side, and I've gone ahead to do my eyelet. So you can see this is where our loop is going to be passing. Okay, our rope is going to be passing. Now the next thing we are going to do is that we are going to be closing up the down part of our corset. So we're going to first of all run a stitch on top of it. Okay, now to close up our corset, we are going to be using pieces. So this is a 1-inch piece, just the same size of what you have for your bias. Now in case if you don't want to use this, depending on what you want to do, now you're going to pick up your corset at this down part, and this your pieces, the right side facing each other. Okay, first of all, you want to fold this in at this point. Did you see how I folded it in? At this point you fold it in. Okay, from here you fold it in like this, and then place it at the edge on top of your corset, the down part. Please take note. So from this point we are going to run a stitch on it. So remember that your pieces is going to be on top of your corset, the right side facing each other. Please take note. So I will just pin it down for us to have a better understanding of what I'm saying. So this place I'm pinning down simply means that we are going to be stitching on it first. All right, that is what it simply means. We'll stitch on it. Now after stitching on it from the beginning to the end, this is just how you run your bias closing. But for those of us that don't know how to do a bias closing, just pay attention to what I'm doing here and you're good to go. Now after pinning it down or sewing it down to that point, okay, you will now flip it over like this. This is what I'm doing here. Okay, you will flip it over like this. By the time you finish running a stitch and you flip it over like this, you will now go ahead and fold it like this, and then fold it in like this and close it up. So this is what you're supposed to have when you finish running a stitch on your corset. So I'll go ahead and sew it and bring it back. So my loves, I've gone ahead to close up our corset down, and this is what we have. You can see how beautiful this looks. Okay, so if you don't want to use your pieces, this is totally optional, but this is how you close up your underbust corset. So this is what the downside looks like. You can see how neat it is. Okay, so my loves, if you have watched this tutorial to this point and you're here to click on the subscribe button, please support my video by clicking on the subscribe button, turning on your notification bell so that you'll be notified on any tutorial that we post on this channel. Okay, so the other thing that is left now is for us to go ahead and create a rope that we're going to be using to lace our corset. Okay, so I've gone ahead to create a very long rope, and this is it. So just the normal way you create rope for your corset loop. So the next thing we're going to do is just go ahead and pass your rope through your corset point, and you're good to go. So that's basically it for today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to click on the subscribe button. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up so that it can go viral to people who might find it very helpful. And please do not forget to leave us a comment. Please do not forget to like. Please do not forget to share. Okay, and most importantly, please do not forget to go green. Thank you so much for watching. I will be seeing you guys on our next tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.